What's going on, you guys? Welcome to another episode on my YouTube channel. Today I am in a new location. Recently moved to a new house because, as you guys know, when you're an expat on the road, life always changes. Anyway, today I'm going to be painting a very small painting on this canvas. Join me to check out the process.
Pretty excited about this project. It has been a while since I've done any painting. I was traveling to Thailand for a bit. I had an art exhibition in Beijing, and I'll put the links to those videos up there. But now it's my friend's birthday on the weekend, and fortunately I have enough time before the party to try to create something by hand. I'm pretty excited about this because, little background story, I grew up in a family where we always tried to hand make things for people's birthdays or for Christmas. I mean, of course, the background reason was because we were a little bit budget restricted. We were not super well off. But at the same time, I feel like it was a really unique experience for us growing up because it taught us to really think about the person while we're making a gift for them, and see how we can match up in our creation to what that person's personality and desires were. And now that I'm an adult, I like to kind of cash in on those experiences, or those lessons per se that I learned as a kid. And so fortunately this time I have a little bit of a notice of Rachel's birthday party. And so I'm going to try to hand paint her this picture, which I saw on her Instagram, I think a year ago. Rachel is a content creator and influencer here in China. She's from the States, and most of her work covers expat life in China. She travels to a lot of different Chinese cities and explores beautiful locations, you know, introduces you to new foods and new places to visit. I really like her channel, and I saw one of her photos where she's walking into this beautiful green forest, you know, with mountains in the distance, and she's wearing this red dress. And when I saw it, I just thought, oh, this is such a striking composition. It would make a great painting. So I stored that information in my brain, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to do this if I get a chance to. And so this is the opportunity, and I'm gonna try to do it this time. So let's see if we can conjure something really cool up. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done any painting. I've been super excited with my black and white sketch series while I was traveling in Thailand. I was visiting Chiang Mai, and as I would see like different interesting things during my travels or during the day, I would try to sketch that. But again, it was in black and white, and I couldn't help but miss the color in it all, if that makes any sense. And then I got back to Beijing and had my art exhibition, and then moving houses, and then I received a parcel of acrylic markers in the mail, and I was so excited about it, you guys, I can't even tell you. I feel like painting is like a slow, laborious process, and if you want like super fine details, you really have to get a lot of paint on your brush, and it should be a very small brush, and you just have to be super perfect with the lines. Whereas when you work with acrylic markers, I feel like it keeps up with my brain so much more. But more on that later. I've been exploring a lot of that. But for this, I really wanted to do a really small 10 by 10 acrylic painting. This is the second in the miniature series that I've done. I did one for my friend Marie on her birthday last year. Yes. It was a really cute picture of Marie and her son at the beach. And again, I saw that and I was like, oh my God, this is such a great composition for painting. And so I screenshotted that and made a painting for her birthday and gave it to her, and she absolutely adored it. And so I'm going to try to do the same now for Rachel's birthday, and let's see how it goes.
And now that needs to dry. I don't really know why there's so many helicopters today, but you can kind of see one over there. They've just been buzzing around back and forth all fucking day. I sometimes wish that I went to art school and that I knew the real way of doing things, you know? Because I think I'm a self-taught artist, and maybe other self-taught artists kind of struggle with this, but like when you've been painting for a while, you come up with
with a layout of how you do things. You know, you kind of work from back to front, or you know, you do your outline first and then you do your color, or you do your color and then you do your outline, you do your backwash and then you do your foreground. For me, I feel like I have so many different methods of how I approach painting things. And when I was working on this project, I felt like I completely forgot to do the outline in like a darker brown before I did the wash of yellow ochre on top. And then the yellow ochre was kind of like blending into my pencil drawings, and I was like, oh my God, this is gonna look so awful. And yeah, anyway, I had to wait for it to dry and then come back and try to remember, hopefully, or just pretty much redraw the entire painting on top of the canvas with a darker brown so I can remember what's what in the painting. It's a work in progress. I do not think I am the world's greatest artist, but it is interesting to figure things out as you go. I think it's like life itself. It's a work in progress. You learn as you go. Savvy. Another thing I want to say is that the weather in Beijing has been absolutely beautiful. There were so many flowers this year, and I am so glad that it's warm season. Fortunately, this year we actually missed all of winter. Well, the first half of winter I was in Europe, and surprisingly it was warmer there than it was in Beijing. Definitely a lot less windy. I was in the south of Sweden, and everything was green, and it was beautiful. I don't know how to explain it to you guys. Then I came back to Beijing, and it suddenly started snowing and, you know, being crazy weather out there. But at the time that I was there, it was a lot nicer than in Beijing. And then I came back to Beijing for 2 weeks, and then I was in Thailand. So pretty much I missed the entire cold spell, and I'm kind of glad of that. It was nice. Also, it was super lovely being in Thailand. Just so much of greenery, so much of nature, and I feel like life is kind of coming full circle because now I'm painting this picture which has so much of greenery and so much of life in it, and it's all matching up in a very unique way. One of the things that I've been learning as an artist is just develop, see how much further you can take the concept. Because when you start something, a lot of the times it looks pretty blah, you know, in your first 1 or 2 layers, or even in your first couple of hours of work. And then you can kind of start to doubt yourself as an artist and be really unsure, like, is this project absolutely going to shit? Because it just doesn't look at all like what you envisioned. But one thing that helps is to just keep challenging yourself to develop. Just keep trying to see how you can tweak the painting in different ways, you know, to create the right amount of shadow here or bring the right amount of light up from here. At the end of the day, I do feel like it is really a lot of shadow and light play. Makeup is also like that. When I was working on the stage in Singapore, my makeup was absolutely awful. And then I started working with professional dancers and acrobats, and I started noticing their makeup. And of course, I started watching RuPaul's Drag Race, and that was where I learned how to do my stage makeup. And that absolutely changed the game for me, because I started to look at art more in terms of light and shadows, and makeup more in terms of light and shadows. And I think I use that concept now also in my paintings or my sketches or things that I do. And so yeah, just develop. This painting, when I first started it, I wasn't super happy with how it was looking. And at one point I kind of just wanted to you know, throw out the painting with the paint water, so to speak. But I really wanted to stay committed to this concept and have like this handmade gift that I could present. And so I just kept sticking with it and tweaking it. Sometimes it also helps when you're doing a painting to take some time away from a painting, because I forget exactly what it's called. I don't think it's called the Michelangelo effect, or I forget forget what it's called. One of my art teachers told me this. Like, when you look at a painting or when you look at your artwork or your sketches for too long, you start to fall in love with it and you start to see the beauty of it and think that it looks super perfect. And then when you step away from it for a couple of hours and then come back, you start to be like, oh, like, did I make that? You know? And you really start to be able to tell the little mistakes and things that you can tweak and make better. It's like you kind of come at it with fresh eyes after a while. And so I've been working on this project now for a week, I think, a little bit in the evening, a little bit in the morning, and it's slowly coming together. I'm quite happy with it. I am realizing that I need to restock on some of my acrylic paints. It's been a while since I used them, and I realized that I've run out of black and I don't have the right pigments that I wanted for doing a forest kind of backdrop sort of situation. So I should probably restock on that, but at the same time I've been super excited with my acrylic markers, and so I might put a pin in the balloon of my acrylic paintings for a while and work on my more comic book style marker stuff for a while. I don't know, I'm just talking out of the blue. I might just focus on them simultaneously. Sometimes I feel like I have like way too many hobbies. Do you guys ever feel that way? I don't know, maybe it's like a millennial baby sort of thing, but I feel like myself and I, and so many other millennials that I know, we all just have like so many different hobbies. People have like so many things that they're focusing on. I mean, we don't all have children, we don't all have offspring, but we have hobbies. Counts for something. Anyway, I feel like I should be locking in and focusing on some of my hobbies because I have music, I have dancing, I have painting, I have sketching, I have DJing, I have playing guitar, I have writing my own music, I've been wanting to get back to writing short stories for a while, but just no time. So many things that I have to do, and so that was one of the reasons why I opened up this YouTube channel, because I was like, maybe it's gonna be a way of me kind of locking in and zeroing in on, okay, this is one of the hobbies or one of the things that I'm really serious about, and I'm gonna clock in time over here and at least build up a collection of memories that I can look back on and feel like, okay, these are projects that I started and finished and I documented them in these videos, and I'm feeling pretty proud of myself for that. At the end of the day, I feel like whatever you document in the videos you make really is just for you, because I mean, yeah, what's the point of impressing people who have bad taste? Just saying. Anywho, how did I get onto that topic? Oh, that's another one of my hobbies. Keeping plants. You guys, I don't know if it's a millennial thing, but I have so many plants recently. Yes, it's a hobby of mine. It's a passion of mine. I have many plants. It could also be inspired from being in Thailand and seeing so many plants and wildlife everywhere. It was beautiful. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed watching me doing this painting process. I am not gonna have time to show you how I've packaged it and wrapped it and put everything together, because on the night of finishing this, I will have a band practice to go to, and then climbing, and then a jam session, though not in that order. That's what I mean. Too many hobbies. But I will show you guys the process, or rather the experience of taking the painting and gifting it to Rachel and seeing her reaction, which I think is going to be fabulous. I think she's going to like it a lot.
So I finished the painting, and today I'm gonna go gift it to my friend, because I feel like this year, if you're gonna gift somebody something, it should be either plants or art. Am I right?
Look how fucking long this escalator is, you guys.
It's very dark in here.
If it doesn't get you already, I'll let move it. Is that okay? Well, yeah, but I mean, if we just, I think.
I feel like should I?
Knife turned around.
Is that like disqualification, or do we leave a
Oh, this is me and Jen.
And so obviously I wish I filmed a little bit more after I gave Rachel the painting so that you guys could see more of her reaction. She was so excited. Like, she was just like, oh my god, it's me. And I put my phone away because I was like, I don't want to be like the weirdo who's like with my phone in her face. But I wish I could have shown you guys more of her reaction. She was super excited about it. And I'm really glad. I'm glad that I stuck with the process and stuck with the project, and I finished it and I gave it, and I feel pretty accomplished. Yes, it's another project that's well done. And so this is the end of this video. I hope you guys had a great time. I hope you've been procrastinating. It's a new word. I like that word a lot. Or painting along with me while I've been yapping away and telling you guys my, painting, journaling experiences and life here in China. If you liked my video, please do go ahead and subscribe. You can hit the bell icon so you don't miss any videos, because YouTube's algorithm is kind of wonky lately. My shorts that I post get no less than 2,000 views, and when I post full form long videos, they just don't get that many. And I feel like it's because my videos are not being fed to my subscribers. So hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any of my posts. Like this video, leave some love in the comments. Let me know what you think about my art projects, and if there's anything that you think I should work on next. And I hope to see you in the next video. Peace. Bye.